Hey guys, Joe here, and I'm at the Euro Beauty session in Prague, and I'm with Quintin Bean from Sunpac. He's a distributor in South Africa, so thank you for joining us.
Thank you, Joe.
Could you give a brief overview of your company and the types of retailers who you distribute to?
Yeah, thanks, Joe. So talking about international show, we come about 14 hours from where we are now, back home. So we're from South Africa, which is a small little country. We've got about 55 million people, and we probably service about 5 million of those. I've actually met some friends over the years at the ECRM coming from Australia and coming from Korea and coming from all over the world. So it's indeed an international show. So we, Sunpac, as a distributor, we really service all the retailers in the country. So we've worked out, and the ECRM is really one of those that helped us to achieve many categories and launch many categories in the market, where we can service the drug retailers, we can service the food retailers, we can service the wholesalers, the departmental stores. So we're really very well set to distribute to and service all those guys strategically.
So you guys cross categories, you're not just beauty, even though you're here at a beauty session.
Absolutely. So call it personal care. This week we were actually, I saw the ECRM break it up into 4 different shows, or 3 or 4 different shows. So we attended the men's grooming one, we attended the fragrance show, so really across all the categories. The skincare, the floor where all the skincare suppliers were actually some of the most innovative, trendy brands that we've come across this week.
Speaking of trends, what kind of trends are you seeing among the markets that the retailers you distribute to serve?
Yeah, so we actually find that, so we travel quite a lot, and we compare the UK and the US and the European developed markets. We compare that to our local market to see what trends are there, and it's really all the same trends. It's almost like a globalization coming through, where as the people move around from different cultures and different natures coming into the country, they're more open to new trends and what they've seen around the world. So natural is definitely coming through very strongly. We're almost seeing that natural is almost the new normal. If a product's not natural, it's almost like what's wrong with the product. There's also lots of other trends. One of the interesting trends is charcoal. So charcoal is still very, very big for its cleaning properties.
So charcoal is kind of making its way through a lot of different segments of beauty products. I know it was in the face masks, it's in other cosmetics.
Yeah, all those products. And sometimes the suppliers or the manufacturers might take it a little bit too wide.
Okay.
So we've seen, like in hair care, it's a very good product to clean the scalp, but it doesn't necessarily give you that nourishing feeling. So the consumer actually, although they want a trend of charcoal, they actually don't like the efficacy of the product. So you have to be actually so careful.
So here at the session, do you have a particular focus in what you're buying?
So we come very open-minded. We do obviously, as we do obviously know that the show comes up once a year, and we prepare for that, and we do know that when we're going to come here, we are going to see new brands and new trends that we are looking for. So we, in the run-up to the show, we do try and prepare and look and ask the retailers what would they want, speak to the consumers. So we're not specifically looking for one trend. There are obviously categories that we have gaps in that we want to come find. So the one interesting thing is, and I won't mention any names, is over the last 2 to 3 years I've been looking for a specific supply for a specific brand that I've seen around Europe, and I couldn't trace these guys, and I actually met him here.
Great.
Yeah,
okay.
Fantastic.
Yeah, you never know who you're going to bump into.
That's amazing.
And I know you participate, not just in the meetings, but you're active in the networking functions, the breakfast, lunch, dinner, and do you get a lot of contacts through that as well? Yeah,
one of the key things is, even though we work with a lot of suppliers that we've met through the ECRM and continues to come, to have those lunches and those social events is a great way of just talking about the business informally. Because we're quite far away, we don't always see all the suppliers that often, so it's great for us to connect and hear what they talk about their brands. So it's definitely a great networking vehicle for us.
So you've been coming for a while, and you deal a lot with our international team as far as getting ready. What's the process like? How do you work with them? How do they help you to prepare for your sessions?
Yeah, so I must say that's one of the strength of the ECRM is their like the app they have and their website they have, the interactiveness of it. It's very self-help, so over the years I've learned how to update the website and make sure that the relevant information is on there, so that any buyer that can log into the website can immediately see what we're looking for, who we are, who we work with. So Walinia and Craig and the team, and there's actually so many people that you deal with, are really great to understand if we want to see a supply a little bit longer than just a set amount of time, or if we have worked with someone and don't really feel there's business, so not to waste their time, would just change the schedule for us. The collection at the airport, everything is smooth, everything is seamless, the food's great, like my food.
Yeah, especially at this one.
This one was
amazing.
Good, yeah.
Yeah, so that's great. All right, so to wrap it up, for suppliers who are interested in doing business with you, what would you recommend? How would you recommend they best prepare?
Yeah, so we definitely recognize when suppliers are prepared when they come to the meetings. It is a short time, but if you to meet with the guys for 20 or 30 minutes, but if they're there and they have all the necessary information and they understand very quickly what we're looking for, who we are and how to divert their message, that really makes that time very valuable to understand and talk to each other what we do, what they do, and how can we connect and what the opportunity is.
And one other thing I wanted to point out, because you mentioned before when you're working with our international team to curate your schedule, sometimes, you know, some people you may want to spend more time with, some people may not be relevant for you at that time.
True.
But there are, every year that changes, right? Your focus based on your markets, you may focus on one segment this year and then another segment next year. So it's not like you don't want to do business with them, but not at that year, and maybe next year there'll be an opening. Right?
We've had so many meetings where no business comes from that meeting year after year, and then maybe in the third year we open our business. So absolutely, so we've learned you just do not say no to any meeting, and you never know what happens.
I think that's a great view to have, and I think for suppliers to know, it's important that, you know, even though you may not meet with them or there may not be a fit this year, as you come back year over year, their needs change, their customers' needs change, and there may be an opportunity. So you keep that relationship going, and then you never know what happens down the road.
Absolutely.
Right? Great. Well, thank you so much for your time. I appreciate it.
Great. Thanks, Joe.